So greetings from Pennsylvania once again. It's a beautiful autumn day yet here in the first week of November. And we're going to do another Exploring Pennsylvania's Highways videos. I'm going to be doing some hiking down at French Creek State Park, so I thought we'd do a highway video too. And if you're familiar with the area, Highway 345 goes right through French Creek State Park and the Hopewell Furnace National Historic Site. So that's what we're going to do today. Go for a little drive and hopefully see some more fall foliage. Currently here in Womelsdorf, I'll turn you around. There's still some fall foliage out here, so hopefully we'll see some on our drive. Yeah, so here we're at Conrad Weiser Park, and you can see there's some fall foliage out here. But here's our map. I feel like my shadow's gonna be in the way a little bit here. Let me see how we can do this. Yeah, so we're gonna be here in Berks County, my home county. Right here's French Creek State Park, and 345 starts up here in Birdsboro, makes its way down through southern Berks into Chester County, crosses the turnpike, and ends up down here, not too far from Marsh Creek. So about 13 miles, that's what we're gonna do today. So I will catch up with you in a bit. We got a little bit of driving to get to the Birdsboro area where French Creek and Route 345 are, so I'll catch up with you eventually. All right, just up ahead is the junction with Route 345. We're heading east on 422, just went through the town of Baumstown. You see there is some color out this way, fall foliage color. Yeah, so right here we turn. This will take us down into Birdsboro. There's a beautiful landfill on your right. Crossing over the Schuylkill River here. Yeah, so I think we will be rewarded with some beautiful fall foliage. And up here is the town of Birdsboro. It's the only town of any decent size that we'll be going through today. If we would have stayed straight, that takes us down to that, there's that old abandoned highway on the south side of town. It used to be Route 82. I think we hiked that this past winter. Yeah, along Hay Creek. We'll be taking a right up here soon. Start making our way down towards French Creek State Park and Hopewell Furnace. Yeah, a lot of color here through town too. Some of the trees are bare, but some are like in their full display. Just as a side note too, I am not driving super fast in these videos. The camera makes it look that way, especially if you look on like the periphery of the camera. It looks like I'm flying, but that's just the camera. That's the way it is. You know, the speed limit is 40. I'm actually going just a little bit under 40 at the moment, so we're not like, I don't have a lead foot or not speeding along. People often ask that in the comments. Are you driving really fast? No. Just the camera. Yeah, we got the sun blaring right at us up there in the screen. Yeah, I mean, the woods are ablaze through here. Almost like they're on fire. Look at this. Look at it off to the left there. Right there. Oh man, look at this. Because these are like people's like ornamental trees, but these are beautiful. It's beautiful yellows. I think those are ginkgo trees over there. And we're behind the mailman. Yeah, I'm hoping that having that sun up there isn't like affecting your views, especially with the color and everything. I'm just kind of looking over at the camera. You're kind of like staring right into the sun there. Yeah, this is definitely peak color down here. There's Geigertown Road. Later today, I'm gonna be hiking here at French Creek State Park. We're gonna be heading down that road. Yeah, right here's a sign for it, French Creek State Park. So there's just a beautiful wooded area right here to drive through. A little bit less color through here. I love that in the woods makes like a tunnel just over the road, cross and like over the road. Now it's getting more colorful. Lots of yellows this year. But this is, on either side of you is all French Creek State Park. It's one of the largest areas of woodlands left here in this part of Pennsylvania. During the summer, we don't see the sun this low in the sky. If you're not aware of that, in these winter months, although it's not officially winter yet, the sun is lower in the sky here in the northern hemisphere because of the tilt of the Earth. During the winter season, we start tilting. Anyway, you know how that goes. You remember from learning high school science? The Earth's axis is on tilt. In the summertime, the sun is higher up in the sky. So if I was doing this video in the summertime, you wouldn't be seeing the sun up there in the video. Anyway, there's some science nerdiness for you. There's the entrance to French Creek, and now we're entering the Hopewell Furnace National Historic Site. Yeah, just more like a tunnel of color through here. Yeah, glad I chose to do this. Sometimes, I keep trying to catch the fall foliage. You never know sometimes if it's done with or not, but down here we still got color. Some places just to the north are already done. In fact, most of Pennsylvania is done with the fall color. But here in the southeast, it's still clinging on. Yeah, just here's the entrance. Looks like it's closed today anyway. It all coned off. Yep, on that hill to the right, because we're headed straight for it. I guess you can see it there on the camera. There's a little bit of hill. I don't know if you remember, a couple of years ago, I filmed up there. That's where I found that weird area that was all like surrounded by barbed wire and danger signs. Turns out it was just like a septic spray field up there on top of the hill. I don't know if you remember that video or not. That was interesting. Up here we're gonna be crossing the horseshoe trail crosses right up here somewhere. That was a fun series too. Yeah, right. I think right here is where it crossed over. Wow, this is beautiful too. Look at this. Oh, there's an old house off to your left there. Yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful drive today. I think that's it for French Creek then, State Park. But not the end of the woods though. Like I said, this is only a 13-mile long highway, so not super long. Oh, we turn up here. Harmonyville Road. That whole hill up there is just ablaze with color too. Old church off to the left there. Wow. Even out here in the countryside. You come up here on the right, there's some super bright trees. Yeah, we'll soon be crossing over the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Up here a little ways. Off to the right. think this is Warwick Road. I know we crossed the horseshoe trail earlier, but it goes, I remember driving around these parts here to find parking for it, different sections. We're going to turn again. I think we just crossed over 23 here. It's a rather busy road. Junction with 401. Yeah, once again, I'm not sure how that, as I look over the camera, that sun is just dead center. We'll see how that affects the video or not. Burns anyone's eyes out as they're watching this. But there it goes as we turn. A construction entrance ahead. All right, I think this is where we cross the turnpike. This bridge up here. Yeah, you probably can't see much down there. Then we're almost at the end up here. We'll join up with Route 82 in just a bit here. I don't think I've ever been on this section right here, this one final section. Which should be ending just up here. Yeah, I see the sign, Junction 82. So right up here at this crossroads is the end of our highway, Route 345. I forget the name of this little town here is too. Anyway, but that'll be it for this one, folks. Thanks for joining me on this little drive along Route 345. I'm planning on going to French Creek State Park, do a little bit of hiking, so maybe I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.